Dear friends, so now in this video session, let us understand bank reconciliation in Tally application. Before discussing a practical session in Tally, first we'll understand the theory part of bank reconciliation. First of all, what is bank reconciliation? Very simple. Bank reconciliation is a process. Bank reconciliation is a process which rectify errors between company maintained book of accounts and the banker maintained book of accounts. What is that? Company maintained book of accounts and banker maintained book of accounts. See, most probably the students, they are saying that okay, what is BRS means? BRS is a process which rectify errors between cash book and bank book. Don't use the word cash book. Nowadays, in all businesses, we are maintaining individual ledger for bank. Nobody else not using a 2-columnar cash book or even 3-columnar cash book. We are using cash individual ledger, even bank individual ledger in a company book of account. So now the new definition is that what is bank reconciliation? That means, yes, bank reconciliation is a process which rectify errors between company maintained bank account with bankers maintained bank accounts. That's it. See, now what is the purpose of bank reconciliation? Why do we need a bank reconciliation? Is it compulsory to perform bank reconciliation in your company? Yes. For example, there is a company called as ABC Private Limited and there is a banker called as the State Bank of India. Now this ABC Private Limited has opened an account with the SBI. So are you understanding, right? So now there is a company called as ABC and there is a banker called as State Bank of India. This ABC company was opened a bank account with a banker called as State Bank of India. So in any concept, debit is the receiving aspect, credit is the giving aspect. So in company book of account, the company is going to maintain ABC. ABC is a company under ledger name State Bank of India. In the ledger, they maintain receipts and payments, right? So likely in the same manner, even State Bank of India is also going to maintain a ledger in the name of ABC Private Limited. But they here in their concept, they are going to mention again debit receipt and credit payments. Acha. In this book also debit receipt, credit payments. But in this book also, in the banker concept, debit receipt, credit payments. Yes, this is the company of ABC bank ledger which is maintained by company point of view, and this is the ABC ledger maintained by banker in the banking concept. In any concept, debit is the receiving aspect, credit is the giving aspect. So in company book of account, debit is receipt, credit is giving. That's it in company point of view. Even in State Bank of India point of view, debit is receipt and credit is payment. But now in this case, for example, bank charges. Bank charges in company point of view, it is an expenditure. So in company book of account, we are going to maintain this expenditure in credit side. But in the same bank charges, in the banking concept, it is an income for them. So they are going to maintain in the debit side because debit is a receiving aspect. And here credit, because credit is a giving aspect. So in company point of view, it's a payment. In the banking point of view, it's a receipt. So now we are going to compare all the debit transactions with credit transaction of the bank and credit transaction with the debit transaction of the bank. Friends, now let us understand the reasons behind the mismatches between these two books. For example, when we transfer our cash, when we deposit our cash in the bank, do we record the transaction in company book of account? Yes, we do record the transaction in company book of account. Is the banker will do record the transaction? Yes, even the banker also will record it on a bank book of accounts. And number two, when we issue a check to some ex party, do we record it on our company book? Yes, we should record it on a company book of account. But is the banker is going to record this transaction? Yes, but the banker is not going to record the transaction on when you simply issue a check. How does the banker know that? See, we just issued a check by sitting in a room, by simply we just given a check and we record it on company book of account, but not the banker. How does the banker know that you issued a check by sitting in a room, right? So he is not going to record the transaction on the day that when you issue a check. He is going to record the transaction when the check was presented in the bank for clearance. For example, we given a check to some X party. X have a bank account in Axis Bank. So when we give a check to X party will approach his Axis Bank. Then again Axis Bank will approach our SBI Bank for the clearance to transfer the money. Then SBI is going to record the transaction by permitting the money to the Axis Bank. Like that, when we issue a check, the date of issue a check is different and the date of recording in our bank is different. Next, number 3. So for example, we have a bank account in ICICI, right? So we just received a check from Y party. Y have a bank account in ICICI. So what does will do mean, when we receive a check from Y party, simply we just record it on our company book of account as check was received, and we just simply present the bank in our SBI bank for the clearance. But see, for example, we received a check on 4th of June. We just received a check on 4th of June and we just presented in the bank for the clearance on 4th of June, right, in our bank with our SBI. But now is the SBI is going to record the transaction on the same day? No. When you simply send it for clearance, is not going to record the transaction on 4th of June. Again, our SBI bank will ask the permission to transfer the money from ICICI Bank to, when ICICI Bank approve the request and when ICICI Bank transfer the money from ICICI, that means Y bank account to SBI, then only the State Bank of India is going to record the transaction in the company book of account. It may take hardly 2 to 4 days. So the day when we record it is different and the day then when it is recorded by a banker is different. So there is a big spectrum of reasons behind the mismatches.